Give this thing the old durability test. So I've had an issue with my skid steer for the past couple years, and it hasn't really been a huge issue. I needed a new alternator. Every couple days or so my battery dies, and it's really not that big of a deal. I kind of park it next to the shop anyways. I just put a little battery tender on it and plug it into the shop when I'm done using it for the day. But I do plan on replacing the alternator soon, but I'm just not ready to do it yet. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of working on my own skid steer. So as of right now, I think I would much rather find another solution. So what I have found lately is that plugging it into the skid steer, or plugging the skid steer in at the end of the day, I seem to always forget to do it, and I never really get, I get kind of, I forget a lot, and the skid steer ends up dead at the most inconvenient times. So I ordered a solution on Amazon, a temporary solution, is a solar-powered battery charger. So I am kind of excited about this because my plan is to kind of just hang this on, allow it to just trickle charge a battery throughout the day that way. Now, I don't really use my skid steer a lot. For those of you who don't know, I have a 1994 Bobcat 7753. Rusty but trusty. Really, honestly, has never failed me if it wasn't due to my own negligence to the machine anyways. But I had to find a different solution, and I thought, man, you know, an easy solution would just be to put a solar charger on it, and then that way I don't have to plug it into the shop and trickle charge the battery all the time. So I got looking on Amazon, and what do you know? They sent me, I purchased with my own money, I should say, this battery charger. I'm not gonna lie, a little bit concerned. It is made in China. So we're gonna see how it works, and I will make sure to let you know. Again, I bought this with my own money, so I'm gonna say whatever I want about it. So first things first, in true Pat's RV fashion, we're gonna give this thing the old durability test. I hope it's not breakable. So we'll zoom in here for you, and you can see as I open this box how it's all packaged, and we'll see if I broke it. All right, so other than the obvious misspelling there, made in China, you know, this really, I think this cost me like 35 bucks. So it really was not a super expensive item. So let's open it up and see what we got. So my expectations are not very high, we'll say. We got a nice case there. We probably will not use that. We'll set that aside. I plan on leaving this in the sun and the rain and everything else 24/7. Oh, look at that. It is already charging probably from my window here. Everything comes packaged pretty nice. It has suction cups. We're not going to use these suction cups. Not really what we're going to do with it. So here, let's open this up. This case here seems somewhat durable from regular drops. If you can't tell, this here is hollow. So this is more of a plastic case here. This isn't rubber or anything like that. To be honest, I didn't even look at the brand when I purchased it. My main concern was I wanted these holes. I wanted these holes here on the ends. The reason for these holes, I'm actually going to hang this on the back of the skid steer, and I'm just going to get some magnets from Harbor Freight and hang it right on the back of the skid steer. So, I mean, it is kind of sturdy, but it's not rubberized or anything. This is just plastic. That's just regular plastic. All right, so it does come with the standard DC connector there. We're going to be using these. We will not use a cigarette lighter, but I don't know. I wonder why it would come with a cigarette lighter. Can you charge your car? Can you charge your car through the cigarette lighter with this thing? Maybe it's just you can use it for, like, you can hook the female adapter for this part up to the battery. I don't know why it would come with a cigarette lighter. What would you need? Okay. So we'll just connect these like this, and I'm gonna plug these into my skid steer. We'll connect them to the batteries there. My original thought here, the springs seem good and strong. The plastic here, this plastic seems cheap and brittle. I don't know how that's going to stand up to like hydraulic oil. Usually hydraulic oil tends to absorb in these plastic, these plastic clamps, and they become brittle and they eventually break off. So I'm kind of concerned. That's my first concern with that for my specific purpose. Other than that, it looks like I have plenty of wire here. I forget how much wire it said. I want to say it had somewhere around 10 feet or so of wire. So that's pretty good. That's a good tight connection there. And yeah, I mean, it seems like it'll work, especially for my simple purpose that I got working for it. So in all, the quality here looks about what you would expect for a $35 solar panel. Really, my skid steer, it spends more time sitting than I actually use for, for working or anything like that. I really just need a way to make sure I maintain and keep that battery charged as it's sitting. So for my general purpose, I think that this will be okay. I am curious to see how well this does in the sun. And I mean, when I leave it out all winter, I'm kind of curious to see, how it does after that. It'll be kind of loose hanging on the back of the skid steer, and it'll kind of, be banging around a little bit. So we'll definitely have to provide updates or anything like that. If you're interested, make sure to comment down below if you need an update. As far as what it looks like, it looks like it's going to work. So, kind of excited about it. Maybe I don't have to deal with a dead skid steer, as I've got, RVs that I need moved around the shop. So we'll see how it goes and how long this thing lasts for.